Today we are getting into our raised potato bed and we're going to be harvesting these potatoes and talking through when to harvest your potatoes, how to harvest your potatoes, and how to cure them so they will store for longer. So let's get started. First, let's talk about when to harvest your potatoes. And they're gonna give off telltale signs of when they're ready because you can't actually see them. They're underground. But we planted these potatoes way back in the beginning of spring, around March time period. I usually plant all of my potatoes around Mother's Day. So we got all of them in the ground then. They've been in the ground for quite a while now. And I do put all of mine in raised beds. I just like it. It contains them. I've also seen some people actually put them in containers and then flip the containers over when it's ready. And I absolutely love that idea. Such a neat and cool idea. But the telltale signs of knowing when your potatoes are really ready is by looking at some of the behaviors of the plant that you're going to be harvesting from. When the leaves start to die back, they're yellowing, you're starting to see bare roots, and the plants are just generally dying back, it means that the potatoes in the ground are gonna be ready. Now, if you can't actually get to them in a timely manner, then you can actually cut off the top leaves and you can leave the potatoes in the ground for a couple of weeks longer. The only thing is if you do leave them in the ground for too long, then they can actually start to reroot, which you really don't want if you're looking to harvest your potatoes and eat them. Okay, so let's talk about how to get these babies. Okay, let's come over here and pull one of the plants out. So you'll see that oftentimes you'll find the potatoes and they will come right off of the plant here and you can go ahead and grab them. It's important when you're doing this that you don't actually rinse the potato with water. You also want to make sure that you're harvesting on a nice dry day. So it hasn't actually rained here in quite a few days, so the ground is nice and dry. And the reason you want to do that is you just don't want to be going like elbow in the ground in dirt. It's just gonna be a lot harder, a lot slippier, and you're just gonna have a tougher time. As well as you wanna make sure that the outer layer of the potato is starting to dry as well. And we will additionally work through the curing stage, which is gonna be fundamentally drying it. But when harvesting, you can use things like this, although you do wanna make sure that you're not actually piercing the potato skins. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this to loosen up the dirt and then pull it up so that I can actually get my potatoes out of here. And then it's kind of like a hunt. And I'm not gonna lie, there's been years past where a potato or two has been left behind, and then the following year I still have potatoes from that plant, which is quite funny. Now what happens here if I jab the potato with my tool while trying to dig it up? The thing is that's going to happen is you're going to create a marking within the outer layer, which is actually going to destroy the protection of the outer layer. So that means that you want to eat that potato pretty soon after that because it's just not going to cure well, it's not going to stay protected, and you're going to notice that you just can't keep it for as long. So definitely try to be gentle, although hard, because you do have to kind of go through and really dig in the bucket. Try to be gentle so that you are not hitting your potato. And they're usually not too deep, maybe a foot, and they usually grow together with each other. So once you kind of see, oh, this one's got a lot plant, you can kind of see all the little babies on there. And they all kind of grow off of each other. And then these plants, I'm actually gonna take and feed them to my chickens and compost them. I also found a grub, which my chickens absolutely love these. So I'll make sure to put that in the wheelbarrow for them too. Today, I am interrupting this video to talk about a brand that I know and love, have been using for years, and is a partner of the show, and that is Branch Basics. Branch Basics sells clean, non-toxic cleaning products because the best way to keep a non-toxic home starts with what you're using to clean it. And I love their entire kit. So first up is the concentrates, And this is what you need. So all you do is you take this concentrates and you use it to fill up all of the other systems with the kit. So you can order the bottles, they come in glass or plastic. I have the plastic ones because I do have little ones and I'm a little afraid to have plastic with them at this point in time in their lives. But all you do here is you fill it up all the way on the bottles. It marks to where the water fill line is, and then you put in the concentrate that you need. So this concentrate goes a long way. And you can use it for things like window cleaner, all-purpose cleaner, bathroom cleaner, and even your laundry detergent, which is what I also use it for. There are no fragrances, it's hypoallergenic, no phthalates, no bad, awful things. And if you really want to boost your clean, I will use the concentrate. I use this for really hard-on stains in clothing, so I'll throw this in with my wash. My boys are really dirty in this house, so this really helps to keep things clean. I trust and love this entire system. It is the only thing underneath my kitchen sink for my cleaning products, and I can give you a discount code if you use my code. I'll also link it down below so you can go ahead and grab it there. But let's head back to the video. It is now time for curing the potatoes. So once you've gone ahead and picked them, you've dusted off some of the big chunks of dirt, then you can go ahead and put them on a rack to be dried. Now, curing is literally just a fancy word for saying drying out of the sun. And it's important that you do not dry these in the sun because it will make your potatoes turn green, which is not what you want, and it could actually cause it to be a little bit poisonous. So if you're going to be eating the skin of your potato, you really don't want it to be green. I'm just laying these off. I'm giving them some room, and then I'll go ahead and stick these in our basement, a shed, a garage, any place that's going to be nice and dark, away from the sun, and will have a cooler temperature. So you don't want it to be extremely warm down there. Have some good air circulation in there. And I'll leave these in there for around 7 to 10 days. And then what you'll do is you'll just go ahead, take that dirt, knock it off. But again, we do not want to actually clean the potato until we are ready to be baking the potato. So if you do have any flyaway skins, any tearing, don't worry about that for now. It hopefully will just work its way into a resolution during the curing process. But we usually do a few batches of our potatoes and put them through this, and then you can go ahead and store them in some large long-term storage items. I actually got these bags from Amazon that I store mine in, and it makes keep them nice. And then always remember not to store your potatoes with onions. They actually have a reaction that they'll get to being stored by onions, and it will cause them to actually go bad sooner. So get everything lined up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this into our basement for curing, and that's really it. You start your potatoes in the spring, you let them sit in the ground. They honestly don't need that much love. Then you go ahead, pick them, let them cure, and then you can be enjoying these for as long as you can keep them in your house without getting eaten. And what I do suggest is if you do have ones that you really like, some nice big ones, then definitely keep a few to the side, and you can be saving them as seed potatoes for next year, so you don't actually have to buy more seed potatoes. I hope this is helpful, and if you're gardening, harvesting this year, then definitely follow along, subscribe. I post a new video every week, and I'd love to have you along for the journey. Bye.